Hello people, welcome back to Food Glam Life. I hope you're doing very well today. I am sure as a visitor to this channel, you may often wonder, what is it exactly that Sanaa is trying to do with her hair? But you will keep wondering because I honestly do not know what I'm doing. So all you hair masters out there, help a sister out. Give me some tips. I honestly, I don't know what to do with my hair. It's like, it doesn't behave. And also, another disclaimer, please excuse these wonderful friends of mine, and by that I mean my dark circles. Hopefully, once I have the eye makeup on and the rest of my face on, it won't be as bad. But I've been a little sick, so they're just like, yes, we must come out even more, with more vigor and more intensity. Does anyone else get that? Like, you know, you get sick and then your dark circles are like, I've been told I talk too much on my channel, so I'm sorry about that as well. Anyway, I've received a package and I would like to share with you my goodies and a first impressions. So if you are a makeup enthusiast or you like Colourpop, you may know that they have introduced a whole bunch of new eyeshadow palettes. It's crazy because I feel like they're dropping a new palette every 10 minutes. It's kind of hard to keep up, and obviously you sort of have to control yourself and like, okay, which one am I gonna get? I can't get the next one. No, calm down. You know, those kind of conversations that you have in your head. No? Just me? No one else? Okay, I have conversations in my head. Obviously, sometimes you need expert advice, right? Anyway, so Colourpop told me that they're totally falling for me, and that's very sweet. They also sent, I should explain that I ordered this myself, and I actually ordered it from the Colourpop website, not from a local distributor or whatever they're called. They're not official retailers, but we all know the drill. They order it for you and then they put a markup on it. Obviously, okay, you have to keep in mind, it can be a little more expensive sometimes, but if you don't have a credit card or debit card and you prefer cash on delivery and you don't want to go through the whole hassle of customs and stuff, because they add the tax, they add the customs, they add shipping, whatever, and then obviously their own markup and then send it to you, plus a local delivery charge, right? So you have to keep all of that in mind. Also, it comes much sooner. But I must say, I ordered this on the 3rd of November, and I don't remember when I received it, but I think within 2 weeks I got it, which isn't bad. And yes, the customs part really like gets you, because you're just like, I just already paid so much, and what is all this stuff in the customs tax that they charge? Like, where is it going? You know, it's so shady. But regardless, I think if you order a lot of things, it might just end up being cheaper to order it directly from the site, because they have a, you know, if you order over $50, this doesn't have, okay, I dropped that. When your order is over $50, then you get free international shipping, and then within the US, obviously, I think it's over $30 for US. I don't know. If you're going to order a whole bunch of products that will go over $50, then it makes sense maybe to just order directly, because you're not charged shipping, you're just charged the rates on the site and you're charged customs. So in this case, I was charged like 2,000 some rupees customs, which is, it's the same price as shipping. I'll just put it in there, I guess. You get this little booklet of what their products are and kind of tips of how to use it. Let me just go through what I've ordered because I'm talking so much. I got this eyeshadow palette, which is what I'm going to try out. There were so many eyeshadow palettes on the website, and then a whole bunch of them were getting reviews, and you know, the yes please and I think I love you. I think I want to say My Little Pony. There are so many, just go and see on the website. But for some reason, the element of surprise, okay, so this is a unit carton, and then it has the names of the eyeshadows on the back, and then the palette itself is like that too, and it has the names of the eyeshadows on the back. Okay, so there's no mirror in this. Yes, so this does retail for $16 and you get 12 eyeshadows, each that is just a tad bit over 1 gram each, and yeah, so that is the total net weight is 12 grams. I know this might not be the most popular one, but for some reason, I don't know, the others were mostly these warm tones that I felt like are in almost every palette these days, and this was just, I don't know what it was about this that was calling my name. I think it might be this color right here. I'm really into purple these days, and I just really like the combination of colors that they had. I did swatch this on my Insta stories. You know, those shimmers, and then it has, oh my god, this one is so creamy and buttery to touch, but like this one isn't as much, which is weird. But look at that, look at the pigmentation on this. You see that? And then these are the shimmers. One thing that I do regret is not getting the Super Shock shadows. And I'm not kidding about the whole dropping a new palette every 10 minutes, because I just checked the website and they have like 4 or 5 new palettes already after this one, and these were pretty recent. Also, Colourpop is now at Sephora. Who would have thought? That's so strange. It'd probably be the cheapest thing you could get at Sephora, probably even cheaper than Sephora's own line in certain cases, which is pretty cool. I did go a little crazy, and along with the eyeshadow palette, I got a whole bunch of liquid lipsticks. Most of them are the, how can we have a video without dropping anything, right? I got 6 different shades of their liquid lipsticks. Don't ask me why. I was like, oh, this is pretty, I need to get this and this and this. And then once they came and I swatched them at home, I realized that some of the shades are very, very, very similar. So I will be lip swatching them for you later on in this video, so you can see that after I'm done with the eyes and the whole face. And you can also tell me which one you like best, because I think some of the colors are very interesting. They are very different from the ones that I have already, so that's why it was a little exciting. But some of them with each other are quite similar. Most of them are the Ultra Satin Lip, which I'm actually glad. I mean, okay, so the satin lip stays a little stickier, as in it doesn't dry down matte. So there are pros and cons. The mattes are great, they're very comfortable, but after a while I feel like they start crumbling. The satins are great because they also feel comfortable and don't dry down very harshly, but sometimes in certain cases in some of the colors, they're they move around a bit, so you really have to keep an eye, like, you know, there might be getting out from your lip line. Oh yeah, what I wanted to say is that I actually regret not ordering the Super Shock shadows. I saw them and I passed. And then later on, I had buyer's regret. No, what's the opposite of buyer's regret? So I guess we could just get started on the eye look, because I'm going to keep talking otherwise and we will be sitting here for 200 years. I already have an eyeshadow base on. I'm going to go in with this Go With The Flow. This is a really, really beautiful matte. Okay, so you can see there is a like kick up, and this is the reason why I didn't do my face first, because, you know, with my last video, and generally we have this experience that with a new palette, it's always a good idea to do your eyes first, just because you don't know if there's fallout and you don't want that going all over your face after you've done it. I personally feel that it might be too light as a transition shade, so I'll go in with another shade. Anyway, so as I was saying, the Super Shock shadows, I saw them and then in the pictures they looked just extremely metallic, and I was hoping for something that was a little more glittery, and I've been seeing certain reviews and people are calling it like a dupe for the Stila liquid glittery things, and then I was like, oh man, why didn't I get it? But did you like my swiper impression? So I used this shade, which is called Labyrinth, as my transition shade. If you're fair skin, that might be a little dark, but I think it worked for me. It's got more of a pink, even though it looks brown over there, so which is really interesting. And then I'm sort of going to lay down a base with my Kiko eyeshadow pencil. This stuff does not get off. I mean, if you put it on, it's on. But I have to say, it's kind of harder to put on after you put a powder on. Okay, so this is just a base. I know it looks crazy, but bear with me. I'm going to go in with this really bright hot pink shade. It's called Opulent, and I'll go in with something that's smaller but a little flatter. It looks like a really bright purple right now, and it's very patchy on this side because putting this on top of eyeshadow like powder kind of really makes it hard to apply. Then I'm going to go in on the outer corners with this one, which is called Silk Street. It's supposed to be like a purple, burgundy purple. And I'll just apply that on the outer corner. And so kind of work it in inwards. I'm going back in with my blending brush. And you'll notice I'm keeping it towards the outside because in the inside I want to use this shade that has been calling my name, which is called Subdue. So in terms of performance, I would say the shades are pretty pigmented. Okay, so when you scan this, the darkest shade is this one, maybe this one, but it has glitter in it. However, I do want to add a little bit of black to it just so that it doesn't look so. I'm going to use it from the Aphrodite palette. Promise you it won't look this crazy once it's done. I'm gonna go in with this one on the top called Feels, and I'm going to use that for my brow bone because that is the lightest shade there. It is kind of shimmery though. Okay, so for this cut creasy kind of thing, I brought some concealer. Let's see how this looks. As with almost all my eyeshadow looks, this is completely experimental, so bear with me, folks. I'm going to take this on my fingertip because that is the most reliable tool that I can think of to apply this. It's really pretty. It's like a duochrome lilac with flecks of green in it. Now you see we have like a dividing line in between. We have to make sure to go blend that in again. And then again for my inner corner highlight, I'll go back with that Feels. I have to say Feels is a little maybe too tightly pressed in. It's not as easy to get out. So for the most part, this is what it is like right now. I know it looks kind of patchy and unblended, but let me go do the rest of my face and come back. Alright guys, I'm back, and like I said, once you blend it and do the rest of your face, it doesn't look that bad. So just to recap, the main shades that I used were Feels, and then the one underneath it, Go With The Flow. I used this as my transition, which is Labyrinth. I used Opulent, and I used this one on top called Silk Street. Did add like a teeny tiny bit of this just to darken it, but then it had glitter, so I didn't. And then of course this one called Subdue. I have to say it's got great pigment and not too much fallout, so that's a good thing. However, you know, with this sort of purple look that I was going for, which it's not necessary you do that with this. It is a complete palette on its own, I guess, but I was missing the black, which I used in this, and I did kind of want a very, very dark purple, which I went back with, you know, the one in this, which I really, really like. It's very deep and kind of more cool than the way this one had a little more burgundy brown in it. And I added a little bit of glitter, like a glitter eyeliner. And then on the bottom, I did use these 3 colors. No, actually 4 colors. Used this and then these 3 colors. So since this might be a very long video, I guess I did break it up. Do stay tuned for part 2 where I will be doing the lip swatches, because again, this is turning out to be a super duper long video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe, leave me a comment down below, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye. There was short.